water, zinc ion, ferrous ion, magnesium ion and barium ion. Today, an unknown salt of group 3, unknown salt of group 3. What you have done, the procedure is same. You first take small amount of solid sample in the test tube. Take small amount of solid sample in the test tube and make an original solution. Make an original solution. So this is, we take a small amount of solid sample, add distilled water, dissolve by shaking the salt with water. You shake the solution. This is the original solution. We prepare original solution by dissolving the salt in distilled water. Now from this original solution, first already I inform you that first we perform the test for anion, weight test for anion. So we take small amount of sample. Now what you add? First you add silver nitrate solution. For halide ion, silver nitrate solution. See, no PPT. That means chloride, bromide, iodide is absent in this salt. You reject the solution. Again you take small amount of original solution. Now you add barium chloride solution. স্যার ওখান থেকে ইয়েটা দিন তো BiCl2 ওটা আনা হয় না বাকি সবই এনেছি Now you add barium. This is barium chloride solution. You add this. What do you observe? A white precipitate is formed. When you add barium chloride solution, a white PPT is formed. Then you add dilute HCl to this PPT. And observe whether the precipitate is dissolved or not. See, the precipitate remain unchanged. That is, when a white PPT is formed, it is insoluble in mineral acid. So it is the sulfate ion is confirmed. So the given salt contain the anion sulfate ion. If you obtain sulfate or chloride or bromide, then no need to test the nitrate ion. But in the exam copy answer script, you must write the test for nitrate ion. That is, again you write 1 cc OS, 1 cc freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution, then add concentrated sulfuric acid. What do you conclude? In the observation column, you write no brown ring is formed. That means nitrate is absent. So this is the test for anion. Now for test for cation, you start as a systematic group analysis. Now you take the original solution. Now you add first dilute HCl. Original solution group 1 reagent. Original solution plus dilute HCl. No PPT is formed. So you see this, no PPT. So group 1 is absent. No PPT is formed, so group 1 is absent. Now through this solution pass H2S gas. ঠিক আছে, pass H2S gas. স্যার ওই ফ্লেক্সটা দিন তো, সোডিয়াম ফ্লেক্স অনেক তৈরি আছে। So for H2S we take the sodium sulfide flakes, sodium sulfide Na2S. In HCl medium I have already added HCl. So if you take the sodium sulfide flake, then it release H2S gas. Pass the effervescence of gas, but no black precipitate is formed. That means the given sample also does not contain any mercury or copper ion. You reject the solution. Wash the test tube thoroughly. Now you again take the original solution. You again take the original solution. What you add? What is the group 3 reagent? Ammonium chloride, ammonium hydroxide. So first you add ammonium chloride solution. You add ammonium chloride solution. You add ammonium chloride. Then you add ammonium hydroxide. Group 3 reagent, ammonium chloride. Then you add ammonium hydroxide. See, a very light floating precipitate. You can observe this. This is the floating precipitate. Very light floating precipitate is formed. It may be aluminum. Now, after the formation of floating precipitate, see, this is floating precipitate. You dissolve the precipitate. You dissolve the precipitate in minimum quantity of dilute HCl. Dissolve the precipitate in minimum quantity of dilute HCl. Very small amount HCl. And shake well. Not dissolve. Again add dilute HCl. You dissolve the precipitate. Now, to this solution you again add blue litmus solution. Blue litmus solution. This is called lake test. Blue litmus solution. See, blue litmus solution become red because solution is acidic. Why solution is acidic? Because I dissolve the solution with dilute HCl. Then you again add ammonium hydroxide. Again add ammonium hydroxide. এটা ওটা কিছু খারাপ হয়ে গেছে ওটা স্যার again add ammonium hydroxide. See, a very light floating precipitate is observed. See this, a very light floating blue floating precipitate is observed. This blue floating precipitate is the aluminum hydroxide. Aluminum, the blue litmus, it adsorbed at the surface of aluminum hydroxide. Say floating precipitate is absent. So the given salt contain the cation aluminum ion. So what is the test for aluminum ion? You first take the original solution, the group 3 reagent ammonium chloride, then ammonium hydroxide. If you observe a gelatinous white precipitate is formed, then you dissolve the precipitate in minimum quantity of dilute HCl. Then you add blue litmus solution. Then again you add ammonium hydroxide until the color of the solution become blue, because the solution must be alkaline. Then you observe a blue floating precipitate. See this, a blue floating precipitate is formed. This is known as aluminum lake test. So the given sample contain the cation aluminum ion and the anion sulfate ion. So what is the composition of the salt? Aluminum sulfate. This is the composition of the salt. So this is the procedure. But when you write in the answer script, first you write the physical state and color of the salt. Physical state solid, white crystalline solid. Then you write what I say, preparation of OS. The given sample is soluble in or distilled water. Then you write dry heating test. The solid sample is taken in a dry test tube and heat in a Bunsen burner. What do you observe? No characteristic phenomenon, but no characteristic color or sound or gas is observed. So the given sample may not contain lead ion or zinc ion or any ion. This is okay. Then you write the flame test. A solid sample is dissolved in concentrated HCl to make a paste Take the paste on a platinum wire and hold over Bunsen burner. No characteristic color of the flame. That means calcium, barium, strontium, copper ion absent. Then you write dilute sulfuric acid sets. The given sample is taken in a test tube and add dilute sulfuric acid. No characteristic gas is evolved. So sulfite, carbonate, sulfide, these are absent. Then you write the concentrated sulfuric acid test. The given sample, solid sample is taken in a test tube and add concentrated sulfuric acid. No characteristic colored gas or pungent odor gas is evolved. So chloride, bromide, iodide or nitrate is absent. This. Then you write the weight test for anion. যেটা আমি করলাম, the sample solution plus barium chloride, silver nitrate, no white PPT, so chloride is absent. Sample solution plus barium chloride, white PPT, the precipitate is insoluble in dilute HCl, so it is sulfate ion. This, after the conformity test for sulfate ion, you perform the systematic group analysis for cation. Take the original solution 1 cc, add dilute HCl, no PPT, group 1 absent. To this solution, add pass H2S gas, no characteristic PPT, group 2 absent. Reject the solution, take fresh OS, add ammonium chloride and then ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium chloride, then ammonium hydroxide. A white floating precipitate is obtained. You dissolve the precipitate in minimum quantity of dilute HCl, then add blue litmus solution, then again ammonium hydroxide until the color of the solution become blue. What do you observe? A blue floating precipitate. So aluminum ion is confirmed. Now finally you write, therefore the salt contain the cation aluminum ion and anion sulfate ion. So probable composition of the salt is aluminum sulfate. Okay, so in this way you write in the answer script. Hello student, understood? Any problem? Hello? Any problem regarding this salt? I have already done 4 salt in 2 previous class. Today I will perform you another 2 salt. Okay, so the next salt will be the group 5 salt. Now your sir, another chemistry teacher, Kishanu sir, will show this. Sir,
Good morning, students. So the last one was the one unknown inorganic sample. Now I will show you another one unknown salt. Okay. Now this salt is also of white in color. You can see the white color. It is solid, crystalline. Okay. This will help you to write the physical characteristics of the salt. Then the preparation of the solution. So first of all, we will try with water. The salt given to you basically are water soluble. Okay, so how to check the solubility? That just add water. This is about 4 ml because this test tube is around 20 ml. So 4 to 5 ml of water, distilled water obviously, then shake it well and see the bottom. If any residue is there, then it is not soluble, but I can see here it is a total clear solution. Okay, so first of all test for anions. Okay, so test for anion. Okay, so in test for anion, here we see the test for nitrates, test for sulfates, test for chloride first, and then if no result, then we will move to the sulfite or nitrite, etc. So first of all, this is reserve. So I make a solution of around 10 ml. Just you can see it is around 10 ml, that is half of the test tube. Okay. So if it is reserved, it is kept reserved for the further test. Now I will take a small portion, that is around 2 to 3 ml, basically 2 ml. Just a little amount of solution is taken. Okay, then for the sulfate, so for sulfate, what we will add? What is to add here? Respond. For sulfate, what should be added here? Respond quickly. What should be added for sulfate? Orpita, Payal, Somraggi. For sulfate, what should we add? What solution we add? Yes, BaCl2. So this is BaCl2 solution, transparent solution. Now I am adding it. Any PPT comes? Any PPT is there? You can see any PPT is there? Any PPT? No PPT is there. Okay, so we will reject the solution. Okay, so reject the solution. So again rejecting it, wash the test tube thoroughly so that no acid or any solution remains there. Next, again take the solution. Again take the solution. Test for nitrates will be done at last. Now again take it. Now here to test the sulfides or sulfides etc., we will add some dilute acids. Okay, so dilute acid is added. Now just to check that any effervescence is occurred here or not. No effervescence, you cannot see the effervescence, but I can see there is no effervescence and no smell of the gas. No pungent smelling odor gas is evolving from there. So again we will reject the solution. So test for done for sulfate, carbonate, sulfite, and sulfide was done. Next we will test for the well-known test, that is for chloride. Okay, so again taking the OS, what is the reagent for the chlorine, for chloride or halides ion? What is the reagent for chloride ion? You have done it from class 11. What is the reagent for chloride ion? Silver nitrate. So this is the silver nitrate. You will see the test tubes. Can you see this? Any color change occurred or not? Any color change? Yes. So a heavy white PPT comes here. Okay, now the further test to confirm that it is for the presence of chlorine, we have to dissolve it in ammonium hydroxide solution. Okay. So just checking, I am decreasing the volume of the PPT, then to check it with ammonium hydroxide. What you observe? Here, there was a heavy white or cardi white PPT, but here any PPT is there? No PPT is here. The totally disappeared. Yes, this is the confirmative test for chlorine, that is halides or chlorides. Okay, so here we get the Cl minus present. Okay, so the test for nitrates is not used here because already we confirm one anion. If chlorine is also absent, then we will go for nitrate, because as this is a ring test and we have to work with the strong acid, so this is confirmed that is chloride is present. Now we will move to the cation. Okay, now in group 1, so we have to go with systematic group analysis, where according to the group, taking the original solution, we will add the group reagents. Okay, and already sir told you about the special test. There are special tests for them, that is taking this solution we can add different solutions. Okay, different reagents which are specific for them. That is, for example, if iron is present, then ferrocyanide should be added. If zinc is present, ferrocyanide should be added. Aluminium, direct test for aluminium, that is NH4Cl, NH4OH, and then just you see this, dissolving the PPT in dilute HCl and then adding the blue litmus on this, and again make the medium basic, that is adding NH4OH. This is the leg test for aluminium. The individual test for the cations are there because there is no interfering radical. If interfering radical is there, then you have to go. This is the way you have to go with the systematic group analysis. Otherwise, there is the interfering. Suppose phosphate is an interfering radical. This is included in your syllabus also, but it is not given to you because this becomes more difficult to detect out the cations or anions present. Okay. So next move to the systematic group analysis. So I am moving to group 1. What is the reagent for group 1? Can you tell me what is the reagent for group 1? What is the group reagent? This is a very simple question, and such type of questions also. Okay. So what is the group reagent for this? Answer quickly. Where the rest of the students, they don't know that the practicals are going or not. 50% of the practical may be done by this virtual method. 50%, that the understanding of the practical is also required. It is not necessary that you have to do in the lab. This is the 50% will be done by the direct method, but 50% that is the theoretical part. This is also required. So tell your friends to join in the practical classes, obviously. This is a strong recommendation for you. Otherwise, at the exam hall, they may suffer. Okay. So next move to the cation. What is the group reagent? Orpita have told. No answer from your side. Okay. So the group reagent for group 1 is dilute HCl. Okay. So OS plus dilute HCl. If any white PPT comes, just observe if any PPT comes or not. Now dilute HCl is here. You will see that. Okay, no PPT is there. So group 1 is absent. Group 1 absent. Now again I add sulfide flakes in that solution. If group 2 is present, then it will give a black PPT, because we should not reject the solution, because this is called systematic group analysis. So we need not to reject the solution. We may continue in the same solution till the PPT comes. Okay. So next, group 1 is for lead, silver, mercury. Lead, silver, mercury. Okay. So sodium sulfide flakes will be added. This is the sodium sulfide flakes. As the medium is acidic, it will produce, as the have added dilute HCl, so it will produce sulfide gas. Already sulfide gases are coming, that S plus H plus was already there, so it will produce H2S, so the H2S is there. Okay, this is due to the sulfide, but no black PPT is there. No black PPT is there. So we have to reject the solution. So group 1, group 2, both these two are absent. Next we will move to group 3. Group 3 reagent is ammonium hydroxide, ammonium chloride, and just see. This is the original solution. Before doing any practical, you have to clean up the test tube very cautiously, because if any reagents are there, then it will interfere. Okay, so for group 3 I am going with NH4Cl. No PPT comes. Then for group 3 it is ammonium hydroxide. Till now no PPT comes. So I am jumping from group 3 to group 5 because the medium is ammonium chloride and ammonium hydroxide. Now I will move to ammonium carbonate. Just you will follow that in group 5 the ammonium carbonate is there. Okay. As the volume of the solution is too high, so we have to reject some solution here. So add ammonium carbonate. A slight white PPT comes here. Slight white PPT comes here. Okay. So this PPT should be collected by filter paper, but here we will go for direct test, that this PPT here we will add the ammonium oxalate solution. Taking this PPT, we will add ammonium oxalate or sodium oxalate solution. Calcium chloride. Okay, so this is the test for an unknown sample. So here we will move to the systematic group analysis, and then taking the PPT you have to do the test for anion. Okay, so this is for Okay. So bye everyone. Thank you.